I think at that point, when you're 15, 16, you start reading so much, and then you become so caught up in what other people think and what other people want to hear, and you start writing for other people at some point. And then you realize that your poems have no meaning whatsoever to you, your work has no relevance to you. Sure, it sells out there, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't strike a chord in your heart, and if 10 years down the road you look at the work and you feel like, what was this about? Then it's no point, and I didn't want to end up there. And I think this reading is a blessing. Thank you, Sharon. And the last time I read was in London, so this is after a year and a half, I think. So I'm just going to go ahead. I've never named this piece, but it's just poetry. It's just writing, yeah. What were we thinking? Losing our minds like we did, living like lost children. But what did we care anyway? Without history, what we knew was unimaginable wildness, rain, earth, and lust meant everything, because you could sleep at night and chase dreams that did not matter more than the day. The darkest hour is this, learning the words and making meaning of them. I rolled my loss into the cavities in me. I hid and only saw that my absence is mythical, unsolved, silence, like the broken bone of my body, an eclipse and exile of its own. But now, this body is one filled with absence, and language is irrelevant and lost. This darkness, unlike any other I have known, cannot be lit. It exists and lives on a will of its own, and so it must, just as the night is inevitable. In the morning, I will revisit here and look inside, clutching my prayers and calling on God as never, because I am about to find out how much of the little room I left for you when missing in the dark. Anyhow, now, there's maybe just a photograph of you and I somewhere, neatly folded, of us on the day on which you wore flowers in your hair. I loved how you looked in pictures. You always looked pretty. But I've broken you now, haven't I?